With the playoffs fastly approaching in the MLB and NASCAR, we give you our predictions, and then we forecast the upcoming NFL season. All this on our show, which starts now. All right. Well, today we are going to give you our predictions of what's going to happen or what we think is going to happen in the MLB and the NASCAR playoffs, and then we'll forecast the upcoming NFL season.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like a fortune teller today. That's how I feel.
Ooh, bring out the magic ball. The crystal ball says the juice man predicts this and the dash man predicts this. So, all right, man. So we'll do that. We will go through our predictions in the MLB. So why don't we go ahead and start with that? Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So fastly approaching is the MLB playoffs.
Yep.
So as of right now, if the season was to end today, we would see the Cleveland Guardians, Indians for me, as the number one seed in the East.
Really? As the number one team in the whole league?
Number one right now. They are number one. And then you have the Baltimore Orioles at number two. And then your wild card teams would be number 6 would be Kansas City Royals, believe it or not, man.
The Royals.
The lowly Royals from last year who did absolutely nothing are the 6th seeds so far.
Wow.
And then you have the Minnesota Twins in 5th. And then you have the Yankees and the Astros, 4 and 3. So, as of right now, the Yankees and the Twins would have a 1-game playoff. And then the Astros and the Royals would have a 1-game playoff. So, and then we take it over to the NL side. Number 1 seed right now, Philadelphia Phillies.
Yep.
Phillies. Number 2, our Dodgers.
Yep.
Our Dodgers are number 2 right now. And then number 3 would be Milwaukee. Coming in at number 4 would be Atlanta. Number 5 would be San Diego. And number 6 would be Arizona Diamondbacks, who made the World Series last year.
Yeah,
so
they did.
Knowing these teams now, so why don't we go ahead and start with the American League first?
Okay.
All right, so upcoming first, you would have the Houston Asterix taking on the Kansas City Royals. Now the Royals weren't even nowhere near
Second worst team in the league.
Second worst team in the league last year. Nowhere near the playoffs, okay? The Astros are the Astros, but hate them. The Yankees and the Twins. Now, I don't remember if the Twins made the postseason last year. I believe they did, right?
They lost to the Astros in the divisional.
Okay. So, looking at these 2 first games, Houston obviously is going to be hosting Kansas City, and New York is obviously going to be hosting Minnesota.
Yeah.
Who you got?
So New York and
The Twins.
The Twins and Houston and
the Royals.
I'd plan to go with New York and I don't know. I guess I'd have to say the Royals because I feel like they actually do have what it takes to, I guess you could say, upset Houston.
Okay.
Yeah. New
All
York
right.
and the Royals.
Okay. All right. So, all right. That's
just-
your prerogative. I don't agree with that.
Oh, I get they were the second worst team last year, but I don't know. With how things are looking right now, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. But I don't know. With you, I agree. I think the Yankees take down the Twins, but on the other one, I disagree with you. I don't think that the Royals, even though they're doing good this year, I don't think that they'd be taking the Astros. As much as I hate to say it, I don't think that they would take the Astros down in Houston. So for me, I don't think so. I mean, look, Houston has been either in the ALCS or the World Series in the past, 5, 6 years?
I don't know, but they've cheated for like half that time. So
well, I'm not gonna argue with that. But I don't agree with you taking the Royals. That's just my prerogative. I think that the Royals will not take out the. Are you okay?
Yeah,
You
I'm
all
good.
right? All right. So I think Houston moves on. So for me, Houston and New York. So
Ooh.
you would have New York moving up to take on the Guardians. And then you would have for you, no, I'm sorry. For you, we would have the Guardians taking on the Royals.
Yeah.
And then the Yankees taking on the Orioles, right? The Orioles, Yankees, Guardians, Royals for you. For me, it would be the Yankees, Guardians, and then it would be Houston, Baltimore. So now, all right. So you have the Guardians against the Royals. Who takes that series?
That is 1000% the Guardians.
Okay.
As the best team in the league, I'd have to assume they got a pretty good roster, pretty good staff if they're the best team in the league.
For right now, yes.
Yeah, right now. And Kansas City, second worst team last year.
Yep.
Yeah, I just see Cleveland beating them.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. And for me, I have the Guardians taking on the New York Yankees. I don't know. Even though I think the Guardians are the number one seed, taking on the Yankees, I'm gonna have to lean towards the Yankees. I think the Yankees take the Guardians down. So, and then on the bottom bracket of that, you have the Yankees taking on the Orioles.
The Yankees and the Orioles?
Yes.
Give me the Yankees. I
Okay.
think they're starting to finally get back to form.
Okay.
I think it's fixing to start being Yankee time again for
Okay.
a few years.
Okay. So then in the ALCS, you have Cleveland Guardians taking on the New York Yankees. And I have the Yankees moving on. And then on the bottom bracket, Orioles Houston. I think the Orioles are going to get it done this year.
You think so?
I think so. So for me, the ALCS would be the Yankees versus the Orioles. For you, it's the Guardians versus the Yankees, right?
Yep.
All right. So let's stop right there before we go to the World Series.
Okay.
So you have Guardians, Yankees, and then I have Yankees, Orioles.
Yeah.
So let's go down to the National League. As of right now, the Atlanta Braves will be taking on the San Diego Padres, and the Milwaukee Brewers will be taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Ooh.
So who you got? Padres, Braves.
Give me the Braves.
Okay. All right. I won't argue with that one. I think the Braves are still the Braves. Even though San Diego's been playing pretty good, I still
They're
think
San Diego.
They're San Diego. So
there's nothing else to say about that.
I agree with that. I think the Braves take that one. Now the Brewers and the Diamondbacks. How do you feel about that one?
I think the Brewers are gonna beat them. I think they got it. I think they're gonna beat them. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you have the Braves moving on, and so do I. Milwaukee Brewers, Arizona Diamondbacks. Give me the Diamondbacks. Give me the Diamondbacks.
Wow.
One, I think they can take down the Brewers, but gosh, I would love to get another shot at them after what they did to the Dodgers last year. I would want to take another shot at the Diamondbacks. So
yeah.
All right. So you have the Brewers winning that series. So they would take on the Dodgers at that point, and then you have the Braves taking on the Phillies. Who do you have between Phillies and the Braves?
The Phillies and the Braves.
Yep.
Give me the Phillies.
Okay.
They're the new head of the East. I think so.
Okay. All right. And then, so you got the Phillies going to the NLCS.
Yep.
Beating the Braves. And then on the other side, you have the Brewers and the Dodgers.
Oh, that's Dodgers easily.
Okay. All right. So you have the Dodgers moving on to the NLCS to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. For me, I said Diamondbacks and Braves. So Diamondbacks will be taking on the Philadelphia Phillies, and then the Braves will be taking on the Dodgers. Phillies, Arizona. I think you're right. I think Philadelphia is too strong right now.
Yep.
I think the Phillies go to the NLCS.
Yes.
On the other side, for me, the Dodgers taking on the Braves. I'm going to say Dodgers by the hair of the chinny chin chin. I think they probably go 7. But then you have the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Dodgers in NLCS. So we both agree with that.
Yeah.
Phillies, Dodgers. On the other one, we don't quite agree, right?
Yeah.
You have the Guardians and
Yankees.
Baltimore, the Yankees, and I have Yankees and Baltimore. So Yankees, Guardians. Who wins that?
The Yankees and the Guardians.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, while it is the Yankees and while they are back to form, Cleveland could actually stand a pretty good chance against them. This could be another one of those runs they had, like in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Yankees barely win it in the end.
Okay. So Yankees going to the World Series.
Yeah.
All right. I have Baltimore and I have the Yankees. I think I'm going to agree with you. I think for me, the Yankees taking on the Orioles and the ALCS, I think the Yankees probably do it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we both have the Yankees moving on to the World Series. And then on the other side, we have Phillies, Dodgers.
The Phillies and the Dodgers.
Yep.
This is actually a very, very tough one.
It's not easy for sure.
Both of these, listen, I'm going to be brutally honest here. Both of these teams have been chokers in the last few years.
Okay.
So the question is, which team outchokes the other?
Okay.
And I think the team that outchokes the other is the Phillies.
So the Phillies will move on?
No, the Dodgers will move on.
Oh, the Dodgers will move on.
Because the Phillies outchoke them.
Okay.
They choke even more.
So you have Yankees Dodgers, which is a dream matchup we've been wanting for a few years.
The rematch.
The rematch from the 1980s. So Phillies Dodgers, man, that's going to be a tough one. I'm trying not to be biased, and I'm trying not to go with my heart. God, the Phillies are tough. But I think it's about time the Dodgers put it together. And I think if everybody gets healthy and they stay healthy at the end of the year, I think the Dodgers, especially with the additions that they made at the trade deadline, I think they could pretty much get it done. So all right, so let's do it. I say Dodgers too. So we concur on the World Series. It's going to be New York Yankees. Dodgers bringing back a rivalry back from the late 70s, early 80s.
Yep.
Who you got?
Dodgers and the Yankees.
Yep.
Ooh. The Superman. You have Superman versus Shohei in the World Series.
And we talked about this a few shows back. And I said I would love to see a showdown between Superman and the show. And so here we are. We have the showdown between Superman and the show. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's not an easy one. Because Aaron Judge is Aaron Judge, but then Shohei is Shohei. Who has the better team to take it?
I think the Dodgers would probably end up winning just because the Yankees are only now starting to get back to form. And the Dodgers have been towards the top for like the last 10 years or so. They've been up there.
Yeah.
So I think they just finally get the job done.
Okay.
In a full season.
Yes.
In front.
Yes, in a full season, because Gary always says, "Well, 2020 didn't count. It wasn't a full season. It counts, Gary. It was a World Series.
I bet you he wouldn't have said that if the Giants had won
Well,
it.
I know. That's what I say. That's what we always tell him all the time. If it had been the Giants, you would have been like, oh, it does count. It does count.
Only way a season doesn't count.
Facts are facts.
Only way a season doesn't count is if it isn't finished. Example, 1994 MLB season.
Yep. The lockout. So, all right. I'll go with you. I'll Dodgers, but I think it's going to be, if that is the World Series, Yankees-Dodgers, I think it would be a good one. I think it goes 7 games, and I think it's going to be a tight one. So, I like it.
Of course, we could get some sort of another crazy blunder this year again, and we get like the Twins and the Padres in the World Series, but...
True.
That World Series would suck.
So, yep. All right, so there you have it. You have the Dodgers taking it all. So do I. Of course,
as per usual.
It sounds like we, as usual. It's hard to pick against your team. So, but okay. So that would be our predictions for the MLB playoffs. If they were to start today, we are getting close.
Of course, there's still like a whole another month left.
Well, I mean, it's 2 months. We just started August, so it'd be 2 months. So anything can change.
Oh.
But it's nice to go ahead and start predicting right now.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it changes a lot and sometimes it doesn't. So we can always revisit this. And
definitely.
Let's revisit it at the end of the season when we know for sure who's in the playoffs, and then we can redo our predictions. So, all right. So another sport that we have not talked about in a long time is the vroom vroom NASCAR playoffs, which right now they're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
They don't have very many races left, if I remember right. Am I right?
There is, if I am correct, there is 3 late races left until the Coke 400.
Yep. So the Coke 400 is the end of the season, and then we go into the playoffs.
The end of the regular season.
And the end of the regular season, yeah. So, all right. So right now, I will give you the top 16. So we'll start with the round of 16. And those drivers are 16, the Watermelon Chunker, Ross Chastain. 15, Chris Buescher. 14 is Ty Gibbs.
I think that source you're using is a little old.
Because
I searched it up on Google right now, and it's showing Chase Briscoe as 16th. Joey Logano is 15th.
I don't know.
Bubba Wallace is 14th. The Watermelon at 13. Buescher at 12. Ty Gibbs at 11.
I don't know, because I'm using the Mickey Mouse eared website. You know what I'm talking about, the Big E. So the Big E is saying that Ross Chastain is 16, Chris Buescher is 15, Ty Gibbs is 14, Truex 13. So all right, fine. Let me Google it. Let's go to NASCAR.com. Let's go to NASCAR.com.
The direct
sites and see what it says. So let's pull it up. So let's go to NASCAR.com and see. Did we just give them a plugin? We sure did give them a plugin. All right. So 16. Okay. All right. Chase Briscoe, 16. Joey Logano, 15. Bubba Wallace, 14. Watermelon Chunker, 13. 12 is Chris Buescher.
Ooh.
11 is Ty Gibbs. Number 10 is the first one of the Hendrick Motorsports. Number 48, Alex Bowman.
Ooh.
And then you have Brad Keselowski.
How?
I don't know. Because it's his last season.
So, is he done after this season?
I think so. I think he's done after this. Number 8, you have Christopher Bell. 7, Martin Truex.
Who is in his official last season.
He is his official last season. Number 6, William Byron.
Ooh.
The other Hendrick car. Number 5 is last year's NASCAR overall champion, Ryan Blaney.
Yep.
Number 4, Denny Hamlin.
Wow.
the guy that everybody hates. Number 3, Tyler Reddick. Wow.
Wow.
He's up there this year. So,
Yeah.
all right. And then number 2 is our man, Chase Elliott.
Ooh.
The third Hendrick Motorsports car in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
And number 1 is the champion from about 3 years ago, Kyle Larson. So number 1 and number 2 are the champions from 4 and 5 years ago, somewhere around in there.
Yep.
4 or 5 years ago. So, okay.
Kyle Larson actually just won the last race.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right. So out of this 16, we always know that they have several races, and
they do 3 races for each round.
They do 3 races for each round.
1 for the championship.
1 for the championship. So whoever wins one of those 3 races automatically moves on to the next round.
Yep. The 3 winners.
The 3 winners. Sure. So let's see. Who do you think moves on? Who are your top 12 after the first 3 races are done?
I don't know what specific order, but I'd have to go with Larson, Elliott, Reddick, Hamlin, Blaney, Byron.
Okay, well, let's do it this way. Who goes out? So it's easier.
Who goes out? Okay.
Yeah.
Ross Chastain.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ty Gibbs, just because he's not as experienced as everyone else there. Brad Keselowski. And give me Chris Buescher.
Chris Buescher.
Yes.
Okay. So Keselowski, Buescher, who else?
Gibbs.
And
Chastain.
Okay.
Actually, wait, let me swap out Gibbs and Bubba Wallace.
Okay. So you have Bubba Wallace going out instead of Gibbs?
Yep.
Okay. So for me, the people that go out, I am going to say, I don't think Bubba Wallace moves on. I don't think Chase Briscoe moves on. I don't think Ross Chastain moves on. But I think Joey Logano does. I think Joey Logano will move on, and then I'm going to drop off Chris Buescher out of there. So my top 12 then would be Larson, Elliott, Reddick, Hamlin, Blaney, Byron, Truex, Bell, Keselowski, Bowman, and Logano. So, all right.
I like that.
All right. So who then, we go from 12 to 8. Who are your top 8? Who moves on to the top 8?
I think Larson, Elliott. They'll move on again. I think, unfortunately, Denny Hamlin will move on again.
Yeah.
Byron will move on again because they normally somehow still manage to have like 3 guys up until like the top 8.
Okay.
Every year. So that's what, 4?
Mm-hmm.
Then Martin Truex Jr. for 5. Joey Logano.
Okay.
For 6. Christopher Bell for 7. And give me Tyler Reddick.
Oh, you got it. The defending champion doesn't make it past.
Oh, I forgot about Ryan Blaney. Give me Ryan Blaney.
Okay. All right. So your top 8 is Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, Blaney, Byron, and then who else?
Truex.
Bell.
And
then do you have Logano, and then so Tyler Reddick is out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my top 8 would be Larson and Elliott for sure. Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Byron, Bell. I think Reddick squeezes in there. But then I think that Keselowski gets in there. I don't know why. I just have a feeling Keselowski gets in there. So that would leave Martin Truex out as the odd man out. So, all right. So there's your top 8. So let's do top 4.
The
The
championship.
championship 4. Who is your championship 4 for this year?
Chase Elliott, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and let's put in Christopher Bell again.
No Larson.
Or
Okay.
Blaney.
No Larson, no Blaney. So Elliott, Hamlin,
Nope. Because of how
Byron, and Bell.
Because somehow 2 Hendrick drivers make it every year.
Okay.
And so those are the 2 I got.
Okay.
Because Byron made it last year to the
Okay.
championship race, and I think Elliott would have made it
Okay.
had he competed the full season.
Okay. All right. So for me, give me my top 4 are probably going to be, I'm going to say Larson, Elliott, Blaney, and Hamlin. Yeah, I think Denny Hamlin gets in there. As much as I hate to say it, Denny Hamlin gets in there. So Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, and Blaney. All right. So you had you had Elliott, Hamlin, Blaney, and Byron, right?
Yep.
So Elliott, Blaney, Hamlin, and Byron. Who is the champion?
Either Chase Elliott or William Byron.
So you think it'll be a Hendricks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would rather it be Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
But
Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, and Blaney for me. You know what? I don't know why. But I just have a feeling that he's going to redeem himself after the year he had last year. Give me Chase Elliott.
Yeah.
Give me Chase Elliott. So I have Chase Elliott winning the NASCAR championship this year, and you have William Byron winning it?
Either him or Chase Elliott.
Him or Chase Elliott?
I can't choose.
You're just going to say a Hendrick driver.
Yeah. if it was possible to tie, then just have both of them.
Okay. All right. I mean, you always do that. You're like, oh, this one or this one. You like never really
I'll choose both.
commit yourself to one. So
I'll choose both.
whatever. Okay. All right. So, okay. So NASCAR playoffs, Elliott is the champion this year for me. And then for you, it'll be a Hendricks driver
Yes.
because you're not committing. So
To add to their empire.
to add to their empire. So, all right. Well, okie dokie. If that's what you're saying, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
All right. So that gives us our predictions for MLB and NASCAR. And then this weekend, or this past Thursday, you had the NFL Hall of Fame game, which kicked off the new NFL season.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you had the Hall of Fame ceremonies. And so the preseason starts here pretty quickly. I believe it starts next Thursday. No, it doesn't start next Thursday. When does it start? It should start next Thursday, right? If I remember right.
I don't know.
Yes, it starts next Thursday with Carolina and New England. How awful is that?
Wait, what starts next Thursday?
Next Thursday, it'll be Carolina versus New England and Detroit and New York.
In the preseason?
In the preseason, yes. So
barely anyone watches them anyway.
But the one game that I am going to be watching on Sunday will be the Cowboys taking on a little team from California. A team that's right there behind you.
They're playing each other this year?
They're playing Detroit in the preseason, though.
It's just the preseason.
Yeah, it's the preseason. That's all right, though. We took the last few years, though. We took the last few years, so.
We took the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
It doesn't matter. It does matter.
Yeah.
So, at least you guys won the Super Bowl a couple of years, 3 years ago, whatever it was. So, all right, man. So, what do we do? Let's just go ahead and do that. Let's go to.
Why is that so quiet?
I don't know. It always does that. So, we are going to give you our forecast of what we think is going to be the NFL season this year coming up. So, ooh. All right, man. So let's start with the American Football Conference.
The A. FC.
The AFC. AFC East. Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Who wins the division?
Give me the Bills.
The Bills?
As per usual.
Yeah. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be the savior of the Jets this year and be the old glorified
third place at best?
If he even makes it out of the first game.
Yeah, if he makes it out of the first drive. Out of the first drive.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, just think back to last year. The Jets fans like, yes, we got Aaron Rodgers. We're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Good gain on the first play. All right. Yeah, we're going to wait. Hold on. What happened? What did he just tear his Achilles tendon? There goes the season. The Jets are the Jets.
And indeed, there went the season.
So, all right, Buffalo. You're taking Buffalo to win that division. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. I agree. I agree. I think the Bills.
I don't think the Dolphins get it done this year.
Okay, so let's do this. Why don't we'll try to predict wins and losses for that division?
Whoa!
How many wins did the Buffalo Bills get?
11.
11? Okay.
So did the Dolphins.
So did the Dolphins. But you think the Dolphins, the Bills will be over the Dolphins because they sweep them in the series? Maybe.
I just think the Bills are going to be over the Dolphins.
Okay.
That's what.
Okay.
That's why. That's what
All
my
right.
reason is. Just because I think that.
I think the Dolphins get 11 wins, but I think the Bills get to 12.
Yeah, it's
I think the
reasonable.
Bills get to 12. So 12-5. Dolphins 11-6. The Patriots, I give them 3 wins maybe this year.
3?
3, maybe 3. 3-13. The Jets, if Rodgers stays healthy, I think they win about 9
I
games
can
this
totally
season.
see them getting in as like a 7 seed if they
Yeah.
can stay healthy.
Give me 9-7 for them.
9-8, you mean?
Or 9-8. 9-8. So 12-5, 11-6, 3-14, and 9-8.
Gosh,
All right.
You're not even going to give the Patriots a chance?
No, I'm not. They're not. No. All right. So let's move on to the AFC North.
Okay.
Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Ravens.
All teams in this division were above 500 last year.
Okay.
So let's just start off with that crazy fact. Bengals only didn't make the playoffs because the Dolphins, well, they did the Dolphins.
Right.
So the Bengals didn't get in. This one, I think Baltimore wins it again. I think they're starting to get pretty good now.
All right. Okay, I agree. I think Baltimore takes the division. So give me wins, losses. Bengals.
The Bengals, if Joe Burrow can stay healthy.
Yeah.
And they are Joe Mixon list now.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, he's with the Texans now, right?
I believe so.
Give me the Bengals at 10-7, 11-6.
Okay, just pick one.
11-6.
Okay, so 11-6. What about the Browns?
I think the Browns will 9-8.
9-8. Okay. Steelers.
Well, since the Steelers have a winning record every year, give me 10-7.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're going to win 10 games with Russell Wilson? Okay. All right.
Their head coach is Mike Tomlin.
I know.
He can get anything done.
Okay. And
This
Baltimore?
would be the second year in a row they would have 10 wins, though.
Okay. Baltimore?
I think 13-4 would probably be a pretty good one again for them.
Okay.
Maybe. Well, wait. I just remembered. They have a certain running back now who is pretty good. Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like already even more of a good running center with Lamar.
Yeah.
Give me 14-3.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bengals for me, I think they are 10-7. The Browns are going to be 8-9. The Steelers are going to be 7-10.
Whoa!
Yes,
Really?
7-10. And I think the Ravens are going to be 13-4. I just think that the Ravens get to 13 wins.
Yeah.
14, maybe. I don't know, but we'll see. I think 13 is a good number. So, all right, AFC South, Tennessee Titans, Colts,
So-
Jaguars, Houston.
We got. Oh. Well, I think the Texans are obviously winning the division this year.
Okay.
I think they're gonna finally be a good team again. Give me like a 12-5 record for them.
Okay.
And then I think the Colts actually get second place this year over the Jaguars.
Okay.
With a 9-8 record, the Jaguars go 8-9, and
Okay.
the Titans go like 5-12.
5-12.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I agree. I think the Texans take the division. 11-6.
Ooh.
11-6. Tennessee, I think, is probably going to be a 5-12 team.
Yeah.
The Colts, I think the Colts will be good, but I think they'll be 9-8. I think the Jaguars will probably be 9-8 as well.
Ooh. So you
So-
have them both finish
Yep.
exactly how they did last year
Yep.
again.
Yep. So, all right. So there you have it. We have the Bills, the Ravens, and the Texans winning their respective divisions.
Yep.
So let's finish it up with the AFC West.
Ooh.
Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers.
Well, I think in their attempt to win 3 Super Bowls in a row, Chiefs easily win the division
Okay.
this year. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't think they get the number 1 seed in the conference. I think that belongs to Baltimore again this
Okay.
year.
All
I
right.
think the Chiefs are gonna go 13-4.
Okay.
Maybe 12-5, but I'm leaning more towards 13-4.
Okay.
And then second place. Ew. I didn't realize how bad this division was.
Other than your Uncle Adrian's Chiefs, it's pretty bad. So,
Yeah. Just give me the Broncos, because why not?
okay.
I think they'll probably go. They almost made the playoffs last year. If it wasn't for their loss to New England last year, they would have made the playoffs, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think they make the playoffs this year. I think they go 9-8, maybe 10-7, but 9-8 for the
Okay.
Broncos. Then the Raiders go 7-10, and the Chargers. Ooh, I don't really know. The Chargers lost a lot of players in the offseason.
Okay.
Give me the Chargers to go. I think 4-13.
4-13.
Yep, no chance at all for the Chargers.
Wow. You have them really dropping off.
And that's me being nice.
Wow.
I was considering giving them 3 wins.
Okay. I didn't realize they were that bad, but okay.
Well, I only say that because the Rams are the better Los Angeles team. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. I concur. I think the Chiefs take the division. For me, it's going to be 12-5.
Yeah.
Coming in at second place, believe it or not, I will have. Oh man. Give me the Chargers.
What?
Yeah, I think so. The Chargers at 10-7. Broncos 9-8, and Raiders 6-11.
That Chargers turnaround would exactly be just like the Rams turnaround.
Yeah.
From 2 seasons ago now to this past season.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So we have Kansas City, Houston, Baltimore, and Buffalo Bills winning their divisions. All right. God, I hate to go to this one. Okay. So let's move over to the NFC conference. And starting off with the NFC East. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Commanders.
Ooh. Half of this team, half of this division are the Giants and Commanders, and the other half are the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Right.
Well, Well, considering the fact that for the last 20 years, no NFC East team has won the division 2 years in a row, I think the Eagles are going to unfortunately get it done this year, but barely.
Okay.
Barely. I think they only win because they beat the Cowboys.
Okay.
Or I don't know how it works if you have like one team
Yeah.
win both games. You know what? Let's just say the Eagles beat the Cowboys both times this
Okay.
year.
All right.
All of the Eagles go, I think 12-5 would be pretty good for the
Okay.
Eagles. Cowboys go 11-6.
Okay.
And then you have the Giants and the Commanders.
Yeah.
Both of these teams are really bad. I think the Commanders get third place this year. I think they actually could win 7 games.
Okay. 7-10.
Yep. Giants 5 games.
5-12.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not trying to be a homer because I know what happens with the Cowboys every year, but this being a season where Prescott, Lamb, and
Parsons
and all them could get new contracts before the season starts, but they may not. I think if they don't, let me put it this way: I think CeeDee Lamb gets his money.
Yeah.
I think Parsons will get his money at some point. I think Dak this year for Dak, it's a show me or go.
Yeah.
And because of that, he's going to show me. So I'm going to say the Cowboys are going to win this division again this year.
I think that his show me or go season should have been last year, but
yeah. So I think because of all that, I think if Dak doesn't get a contract, I think he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to show you.
yeah.
I think the Cowboys will probably go, and don't forget, Mike McCarthy doesn't have a contract either, which is probably not a bad thing for him because he's probably double guessing himself.
Even though they don't perform well in the playoffs, they did almost win the conference last year. The only reason why they didn't win was because they lost to the 49ers last year. And that was their conference tiebreaker, along with the Lions as well.
You mean the top seed?
Yeah, the top seed winning.
I was winning the conference
in the regular season.
How did they win the conference? If they almost win the conference if they got skunked by the Packers? Golly, man. So, all right. I have the Cowboys winning the division. I'm going to say they go 12-5 again. I think the Eagles go 11-6
again.
I don't know because the Eagles have a lot of problems right now. Trust me, a lot of problems. The coach and the quarterback are not seeing eye to eye, and that's never a good thing. So I think they do come in second place. I don't know. I'm going to say 11-6, but it's probably going to be more like 10-7.
They do have Saquon Barkley now. So
who?
Saquon Barkley.
Who?
Saquon Barkley.
Who?
Saquon
exactly.
Barkley.
You see what I'm saying? Who? He hasn't done anything. So yeah, Saquon has not been the Saquon of Saquon's early years. So, all right, Cowboys and then Eagles I'm going to say 11-6. I'll go ahead and be nice, give them 11-6. I think Giants are going to bring it up the rear, but they're going to be 7-10. I think the Commanders will probably will be 8-9. So I think the Commanders are 8-9. I think they won't be bad, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they'll get close.
I think they will just be there.
Yeah. So, and that's because they got Jaden Daniels who they got to bring along. So, all right, moving on to the NFC North, we have the Chicago Bears, the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings.
I'm going to be honest. I think this division right here could secretly be the best NFC division this year. I think they have the potential to be the best division this year.
Okay.
In the NFC.
Okay.
So, for starters, I think we have the Lions winning it again.
Uh-huh.
But barely over the Packers. Barely.
Okay.
I think the Lions, you know what? I think they actually go 13-4 this year.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
And then the Packers, I think they go 12-5.
Okay.
The Bears go 9-8.
Okay.
10-7, leaning more towards 9-8 if we're being realistic. And really, the only team that is just bad in this division is the Vikings. So I guess probably put them at 6-11.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I agree. I think the Lions take this division again. I am going to say 13-4, just like you are. I think the Packers are number 2, but I'm going to put them at 11-6. 11-6. And then I am going to have. I'm going to have Minnesota in third place,
Really?
and they'll be 9-8. And the Bears, I think the Bears improved this year, but I think the Bears are going to be 7-10.
Again?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, just because they got the rookie quarterback, and Minnesota's got a rookie quarterback. But if you look at it, who has the better receivers? Minnesota does. So I think they could probably do a little more damage.
Yeah, but Minnesota doesn't have a quarterback, or at least not an experienced one.
They got a rookie quarterback. So I mean, the Bears and the Vikings are in the same boat with a rookie quarterback. So, and I told you that that kid that got drafted to Minnesota, he's a bus driver. The Michigan quarterback, he's a bus driver, and if he can drive that bus and not make big mistakes, I think I think they're going to have a good season. So, all right, so we both have. Let's see, you got the Eagles, I got the Cowboys, and then you have the Lions, and I have the Lions. So let's go to the NFC South: Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers. The worst division ever. With the Falcons adding, you like that?
That does not help at all. In fact, that actually makes it worse.
No. So, especially after
what the heck?
Especially after God, I forgot what I was going to say. That's what happens when you get a phone call in the middle of the show. All right. So, okay. So, who you got?
Give me Tampa Bay. Because I think Baker Mayfield's going to be doing actually okay now.
Okay.
Because he appears to have found his role with Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I think they'll go 11-6.
Okay.
And then I think these teams are all going to finish in the exact same position again this year, just with different records. So the Saints, I think they'll go 9-8 again. Falcons, they'll go 6-11. And the Panthers will go 1-16.
1-16?
Maybe. I'm joking.
So just as bad as last year.
I'm joking. No. They'll probably win like 4 or 5 games this year.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So. All right. God, this is an awful division. So
yeah. That's why I just went with the exact
I'll
same.
go with you. I think Tampa Bay wins the division, but I think Tampa Bay goes 10-7. I think New Orleans will be number 2. They will be 9-8. I think Atlanta comes in at 3rd. They'll probably be 8-9. And the Panthers, I think, improved by 4 wins. So I'm going to say 5-12. 5-12. So you have Tampa Bay. I have Tampa Bay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's go to the NFC West.
Oh, wrapping up
Rams
with this one.
Cardinals. I can't even bring myself to say this. 49ers.
Don't forget the Seahawks.
Right. So, all right, man. Who you got?
Give me the exact same placement for this division as well.
Okay.
I think San Francisco will go 12-5 again.
Okay.
I think they'll actually have a down season.
Okay.
I think they will because they will be on a Super Bowl hangover along with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll go 12-5. Maybe, hopefully 11-6.
Okay.
And the Rams, I think the Rams can go 11-6 this year.
Okay.
Yes, we have a pretty young team. Okay. Although, considering the fact that 3 linemen have already gotten hurt before the season even started, That doesn't help at all. Yeah, 3 linemen.
Who?
I don't know. Or the Harvin guy, number 79, he's gone. He's like starting to become our main guy.
Okay.
And then the other, it was either 2 or 3, but the line is having the lineman problems again this year, at least on the offensive side. At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right. So, let me see here. So Tyler Higbee is out.
Oh my gosh.
He will start. Well, he ended the season like hurt.
Yeah.
So and then Darius Williams tore his ACL. No, I'm sorry. That was somebody else, right? No, so Darius Williams did not tear his ACL.
Oh, who was it?
I don't know. Darius Williams has a hamstring strain, so he's good.
Yeah.
Alaric Jackson, offensive tackle, he's questionable. I mean, he's not out. Havenstein, offensive tackle. Havenstein left practice due to a foot injury. That's it. I mean, he's questionable, so you haven't lost him. And then you have Jonah Jackson, who is questionable. Yeah. Nobody's lost.
No, but they are questionable.
They're questionable, but they're not lost. So, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're giving the Rams what? 11-6?
Yeah, 11-6.
Okay.
Along with San Francisco.
All right. So you said San Francisco 12-5 and the Rams 11-6.
Yes, I think the Rams inch one step closer this year.
All right.
And then the Seahawks, I think they'll just go 9-8 again. Maybe 8-9.
Okay.
Because I don't really know if they've really done anything.
Okay.
And then the Cardinals are sad. They are sad. I think we can both agree upon that.
Okay.
I think they'll go 6-11 this year.
6-11.
A small increase. A small improvement.
All right. So you have the 49ers winning the division again.
Barely. I think only because because they beat the Rams.
Okay.
In both games.
All right. So let me run through it really quick because we're starting to run out of time. NFC West for me, I am going to shock you.
Oh?
I am going to shock you. I think the little team from Los Angeles wins the division.
Hey, we're not little. We just won the Super Bowl.
So I think the Rams take the division. Just because of what it came down to at the end of the season last year? And I mean, they beat the 49ers at the end of the season.
Yeah, but they were playing backups in that game. You got to remember that. They weren't playing the starters.
Either way, though, I think the Rams take the division.
Yeah, true. Considering how close it did end up being between the Cowboys, Niners, and Lions last season.
So I think the Rams take the division at 12-5.
I'd love that.
I think the 49ers have issues. Brandon Ayuk is not happy. He's probably on his way out. Kittle is getting old. And
he's getting a little too old to be doing all of this.
I don't know. I just don't see the 49ers being as strong as they've been the last. And then listen, you've been to the mountaintop a couple of years already and gotten your butt spanked
by the same
team. And so I think that the 49ers come in at second at 11-6. I think the Seahawks probably about 9-8. But then I'm going to shock you on this one.
Oh,
I think the Arizona Cardinals go 10-7.
Wouldn't that put them over the Seahawks?
Yes.
You think the Cardinals?
Yes.
Can actually do.
Do you remember what the Cardinals did in the draft?
No.
Okay, I do. I think the Cardinals are third place in that division, and I think Seattle brings up the rear. So. All right, so there you have it. Bills for you, Bills for me. Ravens for you, Ravens for me.
Yep.
Texans for you, Texans for me. Kansas City for you, Kansas City for me. And then we disagree. You say Eagles. Blech. Gary will love you for saying that. I say Cowboys. We both agreed the Lions. We both agreed on Tampa Bay. and we disagreed. You think the 49ers take the division, and I say your team, the Rams, will shock you. So
I'd love that.
So there, that's what our predictions are for the division winners.
Don't forget. Did you say the Lions and the Bucks too?
I said the Lions and the Bucks too. Yeah. So
yeah.
So there you have it on that.
I'm gonna be completely honest. No matter what happens this year,
okay,
all I want is for the Rams to win a playoff game.
Oh.
No matter what position they're in, no matter what seed they are, I just want them to win a playoff game, and I'll be satisfied.
Listen, I think the Rams are going to be good this year. I just think they are. So it wouldn't surprise me if they win all the way. Let's just yes. Let's just put it that way. So all right, we're coming up to almost an hour. So I am going to switch over to another one of our staples.
Are we really gonna do this?
I'm gonna give you about 3 minutes to say what you got to say. But this is freestyle, and let's go to it. This, my friend, is the segment where you get to talk about anything you want to talk about, and I have a good idea of what you're going to talk about, which is probably something that happened last night that we watched.
Yes.
All right, the floor is yours.
Something incredible.
Okay.
Something exponential. Something inducible.
Okay.
I know that's not a real word, but I don't know. That's just how to describe it. Last night, what took place might be the best SummerSlam in my lifetime. The absolute best SummerSlam in my lifetime.
Okay.
It was fun. It was a little predictable, but it was fun. There was a whole bunch of new champions.
Yeah.
With a successful defense here and there.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, I liked it. The whole time I was just enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't really any, other than the main event, there wasn't really any boring matches on it. Because literally all the main event was Solo throwing Cody around for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
And then all the Tamatongas and
the Tamatongas
and the Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and all that.
Yep.
But at the end of the night,
yep,
the number one of this generation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No one is better than him in this generation.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns returned.
Yeah.
The longest reigning undisputed champion of all time.
Yep.
At 1,316 days.
Yeah.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
4. He defended that thing at 4 WrestleManias.
Yeah.
4. And he has come back to say no to Solo and the Tamatongas.
To the Timu bloodline.
Yes.
The Wish.com bloodline.
Yes, he's back.
The Deal Dash bloodline.
Yes. The blood lies.
The blood lies.
And I'm going to be honest, it actually kind of shocked me because recently, I think it was a month or two ago, his dad, Sika in Hawaii, actually passed away.
Yep.
So I thought that was going to kind of affect him returning.
Yeah.
But I guess not. But I'm just happy he's back. I was looking forward to this. And I said that if the championship match between Cody and Solo was the main event, then he was going to return.
Yeah.
And he returned.
Yep.
And I remember when we were watching the pre-show, there was people that were already opening up little bags of the shirt he was wearing in that entrance.
Oh, yeah. He came out with a shirt that said OTC,
yep,
which stands for
Original Tribal Chief.
The Original Tribal Chief.
It could really stand for multiple things.
And, yeah. And then in the background, when they were doing the post-show,
Yeah.
Every time they cut to Wade Barrett, you could see the trailer where they were selling the T-shirts. The guys just ripping the bags open and I kept telling you, those are all OTC shirts just flying out.
Yeah.
So everybody was buying Roman Reigns' new T-shirt last night. So
yeah.
All right.
And after 10 years, he finally got a good pop.
Yep.
Finally.
Yep. And I said it last night. I said Roman was already over last year.
Yeah.
He was over. But last night he was over. I mean, truly, fully over. Right? Not as the guy that, from the beginning they tried to push him. People hated him. Yeah. They made him go babyface. Hated him even more. Went back to heel. Didn't like him. And then he comes back with one Weissman, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Everything changes. People start to like him. He's over. Loses. Leaves. Comes back last night. Alone. Without Paul Heyman. And the guy is over. I mean, he is over. So,
yeah,
people were ready for him to come back. And yes, he got a huge pop when he came out. So
he actually made the match sound interesting when he came out.
Yeah, it was it was a horrible match. I mean, I don't know. Gary said it wasn't that bad. No, it was bad.
This is the same.
It was bad.
Those words came from the mouth of the same man who said Sami Zayn was a horrible Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I actually do want to move over to that now.
Hey, that's Gary.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, yeah. Gary, facts.
Yeah, I actually do want to move over to that now. Braun Breaker has won the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep. Braun Breaker won the Intercontinental Championship. I was happy to see that. I like that guy.
Yep. He is the first in the Steiner family to win a singles title.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And then LA Knight finally won a title.
Yeah.
Yeah. After 2.5 years.
Yep.
Or however long it was.
Yep.
I
mean, they asked him last night. They were like, what is it, what are your thoughts on it? And he said, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But happy that LA Knight, especially that he beat that obnoxious, just pompous, I can't stand him, Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. So,
yeah.
Say good things. And then you had Nia Jax taking out Bayley, right?
Yes.
And then you had the betrayal of betrayals happen last night. And I told you, I called it. I said, Dominic is telling Liv, I hate you, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, watch. He is going to help Liv win, and he's going to turn on mommy, and then he's just going to basically just the unthinkable.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
The commentary team's reaction to it basically summed it up pretty well.
And we knew, I mean, there was holes here and there starting to show up in cracks in the Judgment Day. And it fully imploded last night. When Damian Priest got screwed and lost the title because of one.
Finn Balor.
And
now Gunther is the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Yep. So it looks like the Judgment Day will be no more unless it's just going to be McDonough, Balor, and...
I guess you could technically
Carlito.
Say possibly Damian and Rhea are kicked out of the Judgment Day. I hope. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to find out tomorrow.
So you think it'll be Balor, Mysterio, Morgan, McDonough, and Carlito?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Look, I said it. Rhea did not need the Judgment Day. Rhea did not need the Judgment Day. Priest, when he won the title, and then as he went more and more, he started getting over and over and over and over. And I don't think Priest needs the Judgment Day anymore either. So,
nope.
Yep. So that was pretty much Cody retained last night.
Oh, don't forget about the special guest referee match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
And one Seth freaking Rollins was a special referee. I love that guy. He is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's just hilarious. So Drew McIntyre ended up taking out CM Punk.
Yep. After he took out Seth Rollins.
Yep. So, yep. He took out Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins ended up counting him out. So,
Yep. He did a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. So, all right, man. Well, we are over an hour, so that's our show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know if you like it. Let us know if you don't like it. Let us know what you don't like, so we can make our show better. If you do like it, let us know.
I think they would like these episodes to be approximately 30 minutes shorter.
Well, yeah, probably. But with you, it's not easy. So, especially when you. So, who do you think is going to win? And then you pause for like 2 minutes. So, anyways, all right. So, as always, if you enjoy our content, hit that like and subscribe button wherever it's going to be. And we enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed it. And as always, you're my pride and joy, and I love you. And this is Bloodline Sports. It's all relative.
Goodbye, everyone.